Hey guys, Lord here with a look at the Kenner Predator Tribute Wave Stalker Predator. Now, before we go on to the actual figure, we are going to take a look at the accessories. This is the third cut of this video because the first one was too dark. The second one I tried doing it like this, but only you could see me in it, and the flash was on and it was blinding my eyeballs. And yeah, I still can't see properly right now. So accessories. First of all, we're getting an interchangeable hand, a net gun hand, which starts to hold up to the flash. Then pull it away, it starts to glow. I'm going to charge it up first before turning the flash off. So you get two collapsed spears. Now this one is completely intact. The other one has a broken tip. And then we get the extended spear. I don't like this thing one little bit. Here it is. Yeah, it broke. That was not an on-camera breakage. I was carting him home because I've just come home for a few days. I was carting him home in my coat pocket, and it snapped. I might add, the plastic on this thing is the worst quality plastic I've ever had. It feels so cheap, and it's just not good. It's either the paint or it's the plastic. But I've got another combi spear, the one that came with Celtic, and it does not. And that was an on-camera breakage. Yeah. So this thing, if I can find another piece, I'll be repairing it. And I'm probably just not going to do anything with it because that was pretty poor. That's a very poor quality accessory. Then we get on his leg, we get the net gun, which just pegs in like that, and it's already starting to glow and in the light. So let me take a look at the net gun here. This is a net gun. I'm going to try and grip it by this peg here. It's pretty neat. You can see in there. It's kind of like a black plastic with some copper detail. The hand will slide right in there and it holds it. Pretty cool. And then we have the mask, which is very nice. If you actually hold this up above the light, you can actually see through the paint, which is kind of weird. And of course it's got the inside, it's got clear eyes and stuff. It's kind of glowing a little bit, but maybe if I hold up to the flash, hold on. Yeah, it's actually glowing so far. And then we have the Predator himself. My arm's starting to ache. This is a really good figure. This uses a new body mold. Hold on, is that pegged in properly? That does not like to sit in properly. There we go. This is a really good figure. Net gun stores there by that little socket in his leg. And to switch the hands out, it's pretty simple. And if I just pose him here real quick. I don't know why you would ever do this, what I'm doing, but you could get him saluting. Maybe saluting a human that he's worked with or something. Not that Predators really work with humans. But usually how I pose him is I used to have him with the extended spear. And with his mask on. Just give me a sec. I'll show how that fits on in a sec. And I just pose him like that. And I think it looks pretty cool. But as it stands, my other hand broke. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about. This guy got quite late. And now, another quick thing, and I can't show it, but the wrist peg here, that almost likes to push into the actual thing. The hole is so bloody deep that the hand sometimes often falls off and you can't hinge it forward or back very much on the ball joint because it just comes off. But so far it's not so bad, it's not causing a problem. Now to put the mask on, it is very simple. Figure, mask, fits over his face. And this is kind of my preferred look. I do think it looks better like this. I like the head, but I love the way it looks with his mask. He does look really good. Now, you get these two clips on the back, and he's already starting to glow. You can take these shorter spears and shove them in there. These are the AVP spears, so it's kind of cool. They're mixing and matching parts. He's a new Jungle Hunter body with City Hunter hands and AVP spears. So it's pretty cool. You get a mix of all three in one, which I think is pretty neat. You can take the thing and pop it there. So that's pretty neat. Probably can't see it, but if you hold him up to the light, just hold it up enough. I'm going to charge him here. He starts glowing a little bit. Yeah, I can't really show it very well, but he does start to glow. You sort of see his hands a bit green. No, it's not showing. So what I'm going to do... Oh, okay, so he does have his med kit at the back. He's got this nice... And fell off. Where's it gone? There it is. Yeah, this isn't QC, guys. This is just a funny ball joint. I have a lot of figures with funny ball joints. It's quite common for me. So, yeah, taking a look at this guy, my only real complaint in terms of design-wise is they didn't really give him the Xenomorph tail on his arm. And it's not that big of a deal. If I wanted to, I could buy a Xenomorph, rip it to shreds, have it as a dead body, and give him the tail as a whip. Although the prototype for this guy actually showed him coming with a whip, which kind of confused me as to why he didn't. But it wasn't accurate to the Kenner toy, so, you know. I just had to just get a bit of a better position. I've already showed you the mask. The face actually is really damn cool. His eyes have no pupil. Would have been nice to see a pupil in there, almost like a cat eye. I think that would have been really cool with his main feature, which I'll discuss in a minute. You probably already know, but I'll save it for later. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, which is the reason why his skin is coloured the way it is. It's got all this brown dry brushing here. It's really good. You've got some nice copper and bronze detail. Mainly bronze with copper highlights. You got these gauntlets here, which look like they have little guns on them. I think that's pretty funny. It's almost like the Predator 2 thing where you can just pose him kind of shooting something. I don't know. You use your imagination, guys, if you're doing a stop motion. And then you get all this armor here. Now, mine did actually, the glue actually broke, so you can sort of see how it's assembled there. And that actually helps with the articulation. I just lifted it up a bit and the glue popped out. It's not a breakage. It just also sometimes doesn't like to sit flush. I'll just remove these spears because they are getting in the way. It just doesn't always like to sit flush in its socket sometimes. It's a bit of a pest. It likes to bulge out a bit. So as I was saying, you get the cloth bit, which that's glow in the dark as well, which doesn't make much point, but might I add that unlike transparent plastic, this glow in the dark, even though it is a little bit transparent, it's actually solid quality plastic. I've not had a breakage yet. And whenever I get a breakage, it usually pretty quick and the net gun's fallen off. It's not the most secure connection. It would have been better with a magnet, but for a $20 figure, or £20 figure, I'm not going to complain. Yes, I have remains of a blister on my thumb, and it is worse looking on camera than it is in real life. Quite pink at the moment, but in real life, it's not actually that bad. You get your knees and your legs, your thighs. Now, this is a Jungle Hunter detail. You can sort of see these bands here at the top. That's a Jungle Hunter detail, which instantly identified to me this is a Jungle Hunter body. Get some new thigh armor here. You get these nice skulls. I wish they would have given him boots like the original Kenta toy had, just to make it a little bit more accurate and maybe some gloved hands. But I'm not going to complain because it gives him enough difference to be unique. Now, for articulation. Despite being so hindered, he actually has a very good range in some aspects. His backpack does hinder the head a little bit. This is the med kit. This has no gun. Although it does have a little socket in there, so that little bit there, you probably see a little dart bit. That's kind of weird. I don't know if that's a socket or anything. I'm not sure what it is. Still, he has a ball joint, so it goes this far up. Not far down, not too bad down. Can rotate left and right, and can pivot a little bit. Arms on your pin sockets. Might I add, with this one, when you hinge it outward, you want to lift this up. If you don't, it's going to cause problems, and it's loosened up a bit now, but you could potentially snap it at the bicep joint. So lift it up with the armor, and it will only go about that far. The other one, do the same. My hand popped off again. Sorry. This isn't very good, I know. He's not bad quality. He's a really good quality figure. I'm having a bit of bad luck. The arms will rotate quite nice and stiff, actually. The arms are quite stiff, almost to the point where they refuse to move. Bicep swivel. which this is a jungle hunter as well, because the shoulder arm is connected at the top of the shoulder on there, so that rotates, not with this connecting. Whereas on this one, it's like that, which is where the other arm with the tubes would connect. You get double jointed elbows, which are awesome. You can almost have him take his mask off, which is pretty cool. So if we get the mask and fudge it on his face, you could almost get him taking it off, which I think is pretty cool. We've never had that with a Predator before, so I do like that. You get a gauntlet rotation on both sides. Mine was a little stuck, but I clicked it and you hear a little snap, which obviously is a bit of, don't know what that is. Maybe it's just a joint loosening. It's not a breakage, and then it just rotates, so it's a bit squeaky. Then you get a ball joint at the wrist. This one moves quite freely. Mid-torso ball joint, which I have to move this out the way to show you, and it crunches decently far forward. That's pretty decent. Back motion, you have to kind of move the armor out the way. Along with the waist ball joint, it goes decently far back. Again, it's better to pop that waist out, and then you can really arch him forward. He doesn't arch forward too much, but it's a decent amount. You also get... hold on. You also get pivot. Not so much pivot. I would think they need to improve the joint a bit. You get a waist ball joint as well, which also does the same. Legs are on your pin socket hinges. Forward, back, out to the side. Pretty decently out to the side, despite the armor. Swivel up your upper leg. Double jointed knee. And the ball joint of the foot with not the greatest range. I think Neca needs to kind of do something about these ball joints. Maybe make them a little bit more ranges, or use hinge and swivels. Now, we're going to test out the glow-in-the-dark feature. I'm going to hold this guy up to my light for a few seconds, and I'm going to quickly come back and turn off the light and see what we get. So, he's already starting to glow. Just hold him there. In fact, when you actually hold him up to the light, he actually glows. He actually has a yellowish tinge to the plastic. Hold on. Okay, guys, we are prepping for the glow-in-the-dark feature. This is the second time I tried it, because the first time something went up with the footage, and I don't want to risk uploading it with it going funny. So, I'm going to turn this light on here. That's very bright. This will charge it for sure. And that is so dark. Now, hold it up there. Keep holding him. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, yeah, it is. Just gonna sit him there for a bit. So, I do need to get more Predators. The Predators I'm planning on getting is the rest of the kind of tribute wave and the rest of the second AVP wave. Not got any of those. Not going to pick up the masked scar because I already have a scar in my collection. Oh shit. I just burnt him. Oh god, that is hot. Oh shoot, did that burn him? Bloody hell. Sorry, I just noticed a very concerning load of smoke coming from him. I can't really see properly. Oh, let's turn this off. Can you see that? I can see that very well on camera. Let's try it again. Right, so the light bulb is not burning the plastic, it's just making it very goddamn weak. What the hell, there's smoke coming from him! He's on fire! Well, not really, it's just the plastic's a little bit become very flimsy because of the torch. I'm using a very hot bulb here. Recommend not really doing this as my bulb is getting really hot. 3, 2, 1. Can you see that? I'm going to try charging up a bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to do for today, because this is proving to be very difficult. I've been the Archangel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, this predator is really freaking cool. You should pick him up. Peace.